Sound. Should I start? A very good evening to one and all present here. Today we all have gathered here to kickstart the first offline session of Innerve 7, and I, Deepshika Rawat, on the behalf of the AIT OSS Club and the whole Innerve family, welcome you all this journey full of learning and fun. With its 7th edition, Innerve has hit a very important milestone of being India's biggest student-driven hackathon, with more than 1,800 participants competing for a total prize pool of 10 lakh rupees. We have our 15 finalist teams, out of which the most deserving one will take home the cash prize of rupees 1 lakh and lots of goodies, merchandise, experience, and memories.
In addition to the goodies and gifts, we also have professionals here who will impart their extensive industrial knowledge and their experience, which will be very helpful to all the youngsters out here. Mr. Vaibhav Gupta, the Director of Technology, and Mr. Saurabh Ekbote, Senior Manager Marketing at udChalo, has also joined us today.
udChalo is a membership-based leading consumer technology company for the Indian Armed Forces, paramilitary forces, and their dependents, providing travel, financial services, group housing, consumer electronics, and utility bill payments, and is in the process of integrating additional services into its portfolio in order to make life easier for our soldiers. Now, I would request Mr. Vaibhav Gupta sir and Saurabh Ekbote sir to share his valuable insights on this topic.
Hello, everyone. Very good evening, and thanks for joining us for this session. So, for today's session, we picked up a topic. It's very different, unlocking the blue ocean with technology. So, it's a combination of marketing as well as technology. And we thought of bringing in a different perspective rather than just talking technology, bringing in the customers and how kind of we try to make changes in the world. Okay. So in our today's session, we'll quickly cover some of these points such as what is Blue Ocean strategy, what is Blue Ocean shift, how do we start the Blue Ocean process, whichever software development tools helps us achieve that. We'll understand different stages of Blue Ocean strategy. Then we'll understand what all promising technology are there and how do they help us shape this. And finally, all the learnings. So with that, we'll start. So what exactly is Blue Ocean strategy? So Blue Ocean strategy was a theory or was suggested by Rene and Chen Kim way back in 2004. It was about a pursuit to look for not only differentiation but also with the low cost. So when you try to deliver best for your client in terms of creating a differentiation and in terms of achieving a low cost. A very good example of making this happen was from the Tata groups, such as a nano product. So Tata nano product, there was a market. Uh, there was not many automobile companies operating. They figured it out that there is a need for common household people to have a car which fits their segment, which fits their budget, and they tapped a market, opened up a new market. So what we actually say when we talk about blue ocean strategy is that there is always an opportunity in the industry. You just have to unlock your imagination. You're bounded by your imagination. There is always a possibility to make things happen. The way you deliver the value for your customers is what makes your competitor relevant. So that's another important point about blue ocean strategy. Another thing is how you create a unique value so that your customer kind of sticks with you. You have to create an unprecedented value for your customer to make them a loyal customer. Lastly, while making a blue ocean strategy, somebody should not compromise between the low cost and the differentiation. When you bring these things on the table, you'll have to consider both the things. You'll have to bring things at the low cost possible, as well as you should have a differentiation. With that, I'll pass it on to Saurabh to talk about how the blue ocean shift happens and give you guys more insight about it.
Good afternoon, all. So let's talk in layman's language. Let's go away from this business jargon, strategy, वगैरह, all these things. I just want to understand how many of you read about the blue ocean? Does anyone knows about it? As a word, not from the business perspective. क्या होता है ब्लू ओशन? ओशन ब्लू ही तो होता है. सिंपल. लेट्स गो बैक टू बेसिक्स. कोई ज्यादा ज्ञान की बातें नहीं करेंगे. Let's stick to the basic and let's build on the basics. Okay. Second question. Why do business exist? Okay. Profit. Any other answer? Is profit is a byproduct or is the profit is a aim? What it is? So for what business exists for? Okay. To solve the problem. Okay. Fine. Anything else? To provide service. Okay. So provide service to solve the problem. We can put this way. Okay. Any other answer to this? A bit financial stability. Good perspective. Anything else? Okay. So now we understood a blue ocean. We understood the concept of business. So business exists to solve a problem. What is problem? Bolo guys. Okay, inconvenience. Anyone else? भाई हम बताने से ज्यादा सीखने आए आप लोगों से. तो हम जितना बात करेंगे ना उतना अच्छा रहेगा. नहीं तो मजा नहीं आएगा. फिर आप बोर होंगे. 5 मिनट के बाद ऐसे लगेगा चलो यार बाहर चले जाते हैं. ये कौन आ गया सामने से, क्या चल रहा है, समझ नहीं आ रहा. So बोलो बोलो बोलो. What is problem? Basic. From your perspective, not from textbook. Something that tension or headache. Okay. Anyone else? Someone was speaking from here. Okay. An obstacle that you cannot overcome. Good. Good. Anything else? Any other thought to it? So now let's put blue ocean with this. There is an obstacle or a problem which is exists which we as an individual cannot overcome. Okay. Let's go one step ahead. Let's imagine there was a scenario. Let's go 10 years back. WhatsApp नहीं था उस time पे. So we used to call each other. Okay. पैसा भी जाता था. बहुत कुछ होता था. WhatsApp आने के बाद, so there was a problem. Someone identified कि भाई by using an internet we can communicate easily than just picking up the call and giving a call. So that problem got solved. So every changing situation, in every scenario, there exists a problem. In this situation, in this scenario, now we both are talking. Okay, he is on podium, he is having one mic, and I am on hand mic. So when there are two speakers, there is another problem. I have an inconvenience of holding this mic. What could be the probable solution? So you came up with an inconvenience, stress, or a tension. So every problem or any situation which create a tension in huge masses, that forms a need. Okay. When we think of addressing such need, that becomes your target audience. Okay. Every problem or certain group of people will share certain commonalities in a particular problem. Okay. So being a blue ocean strategy perspective or thinking from that, first of all, we need to understand. We need to wear a hat of understanding. We need to put ourselves into other shoes and understand what exactly the problem that we want to address. Today, there was a Dunzo, there was Portal, but still today, Zepto, which guarantee you 10 minutes delivery, has made his mark. Why? So they have created in the identified problem, they could able to create a niche of 10-minute delivery. Are you getting? So the problem of delivery still persists, but there are certain people, those who share the commonality amongst the overall problem, and they forms a larger chunk of people. You got it? Fantastic. So each group or each person comes up with a different problem or with a different tension, with a different issues. So we need to understand them, what it is. Then we need to imagine. Again, imagine मैं यहाँ बैठा हूँ और यहाँ पे बैठ के मैं कुछ भी नहीं सोच सकता. I have to put myself in his shoes. What he will, from his perspective, what could be the possible solution to this problem? So Zepto का 10 minutes delivery, ये कहाँ से आया? We everyone while talking with each other. So it's just not only understanding, it's not just only targeting, but imagining how they will address this problem. And their imagination, you need to, what you can say is synchronize with their imagination and provide your solution so that your solution becomes part of their routine. So we started with the problem. Problem arises from the routine. Okay. Again, you have to go into the routine. So if you could address that problem by understanding, by imagination, boss, this is what I feel. This could be the possible solution to it. And then lastly, you have to create. So in our business jargons, there are systematic frameworks which has been designed in order to decide, okay, why 10 minutes, why not 20 minutes, or why this, why not. So step by step, we will see what it is all this GAN is all about. But why we are talking about all these things over here is this is an hackathon. So where you think of a problem, you solve the problem. Am I right, Samik? Yeah. So you guys provide the problem statement. So while addressing that problem, you need to put yourself into the shoes of an individual or a customer who is actually facing that problem. If you even assess the recent startups, any organization, any business houses, they better understand their customer, the chances of getting successful is on the higher side. In case of Nano, where Tata made a mistake is only because they haven't positioned it correctly. They have positioned it as a 1 lakh car, there they lost the battle. Otherwise, Tata is a classic example of two philosophies. You all guys are from engineering background, correct? So all of you know frugal engineering? Anyone? Frugal engineering? No. Please do read that. Very important to you guys. So frugal engineering as well as blue ocean. So it's a classic example of this. Now, why blue ocean and why not different ocean? Ocean, you know that 71% of Earth is occupied by the water. So in business terminology, we say the market is full of an opportunities. In that, why blue ocean is calm, safe, and red ocean is blooded with the competition. Like just take an example of telecom industry. Idea, Vodafone, now Geo. Geo again is a classic example of the blue ocean. They have just given it a free price differentiation they brought to the customers and they acquired the market. And now the entire telecom industry, because of their entry, it has become the red ocean. So now anyone in this group who wants to come into an telecom industry, they need to think of something else. What value people are looking out for? Can I show a physical person? Actually, can I virtually interact with? So like this people might be telecasting this to somewhere else. Something if I have to talk simply जो मूवीज में दिखाते हैं ना, वो क्या है अपना आयरन मैन वगैरह, फिजिकल बंदा उसका एक इमेज हो जाता है और दे आर एक्चुअली इंटरेक्टिंग बट दे आर इंटरेक्टिंग विद द virtual person. So something of that. So is there some kind of space available? So This entire philosophy is talks about how you can brought in the value innovation from the individual's perspective, those who are sharing that particular problem in large set of segments. Can we go to next slide? Thank you. So this blue ocean philosophy is all about creating a market. So now again going back to basics, what is market? Good, good. Anyone else? Okay, so let's build on this. Okay, where trade actually happens. So we identify a space, okay, a problem statement, just a Zerodha. Zerodha. Everyone knows Zerodha? Fantastic. Every one of you doing trading there? You are very nice guys. Fantastic. I till that I am unable to figure that out entirely. I don't understand number that well. So I'm still confused how to use it. But anyways, so Zerodha, what did Zerodha done? So they have understood with this mediator, they are minting a lot of money. So they have created a technological platform which help them to bypass all the mediator and help them connect an individual directly to the trade market and with a complete transparency, with no bridge of trust. So they identified there is this particular aspect is missing, and here plays a technology a crucial role. So we have used in the beginning two words, blue ocean and technology. Such presentation you will never see on internet. It doesn't exist at all. This is just a brainchild of mine and Vaibhav. We were just discussing and we thought let's merge these two things. So technology in upcoming times is going to transform the way we live. Okay, so technology becomes an key driver for market creation. And for what? To create market for unmet needs or an inconvenience or a tension. एग्जाम से पहले भी हम सबको टेंशन होता है, बट अभी चैट जीपीटी ने वो भी सॉल्व कर दिया. चैट जीपीटी है तो कोई टेंशन नहीं है, फिर सब हो जाएगा. एवरीथिंग इज मैनेजेबल. So something. So again, technology. So the technology helps us to create a market, create a new possibilities, create or helps us to meet the unmet needs of an individual. So the market creation happens in a three ways. One is disruptive creation. So like every one of you heard of Walkman. सोनी का वॉकमैन था, एंड देन अगेन आईपैड आ गया, आईपैड रिप्लेस होके और कुछ तो आ गया, अभी तो कुछ अलग ही चल रहा है. इवन आई डोंट नो दैट. I don't get time to listen to these things. So that was a disruption. It replaces the entire technology in itself. There is one more kind of an innovation, which called as non-disruption. So अभी गाना.com चल रहा है. गाना.com के साथ और कौन सा ऐप है? Spotify है. So these are competitor in a way, but within the same category they have competing with each other, but what they are complementing is to your, आपके पास वो iPod होना चाहिए पुराने वाले सब कुछ, वो सबको उन्होंने complement कर दिया, but still people use iPad or iPod or whatever that Apple का है वो, and this. So these are same technology complement to the existing technology, but it purely does not replace the existing technology. So the two technology exist and the new customer set gets added into the entire business pool. Lastly, a new category innovation. So here I will talk about udChalo. udChalo is a classic example of blue ocean. It's a classic example. Let's go back to the earlier conversation from where we started, the problem, unmet need. So you all must be knowing about Ravi, who is the founder of this udChalo. So he was also suffered with some inconvenience in his student journey. He has gone for an SSB interview, and while coming back, there was no tickets to travel, and that was a pain point. He was in big stress, and out of that stress, out of that thing, he has also identified. So there are our parents, those who also travel this way, where they don't have a guarantee of holidays, they don't have a guarantee of anything, and they just have to get an order. Now you have to go to home. Your chutti gets sanctioned. So how is that possible? So out of this stress, the genesis of udChalo happened. So then he studied the classic example of aviation industry. At that point in time, uh, 10 years back, aviation industry were struggling to get a good number of clients, and every day there were almost 50 to 55,000 seats were getting vacant. So no money, airline industry wasn't earning any single penny out of it. It was shared and lost. On the contrary, these are the Faujis and the defense personnel. They are traveling by the trains in a very pathetic way because they got chutti at the last minute, and there is no way, they don't have any option than travel because they have to reach to home. So he found out the midway. He said, boss, look, there are almost 20,000 or 50,000 to 20,000 such Faujis travel every day across India. So he met with the airline industry. He convinced them, boss, you have a problem, I have a solution. And that's how the genesis of udChalo happened, where udChalo did not replace any of the existing ODA. It did not replace any airline industry, nothing. But on the contrary, it added 2.5 million virgin customer to the industry. So this is a power of blue ocean. But it always start not from the textbook, it's always start from your own experience. So what you experience in your life, in your day-to-day life, that forms the basis of creation of blue ocean. So if you are living your life with the fullest, then is only possible to identify the challenges and probable solution to the challenges faced. Next slide.
I'm just adding to one point, right? We were discussing that while coming to AIT, right? How many of you has ever used cassettes? Cassette किसी ने use किया है? Okay, good. Most of us. I was not expecting this many high numbers. For me, that was the innovation that stayed longer than any other technology came up in the audio after that. CDs was limited time. USB devices then was a thing. हम कार में जाते थे, parents एक USB drive में songs रखते थे, long drives and then parent USB stick was one of the things. So that's a good example, right? Yeah. So here it is.
So in the second graph, here in the first second, so here we talked about the disruptive creation where the technology, sorry, I will not bore you much. Another 20-25 minutes, guys, sorry. So the disruptive creation is replaces the existing technology completely, and non-disruptive creation is create the opportunities for everyone. It creates employment, it creates the momentum in your economy and everything. And that's why we wish or we thought to discuss this topic with you guys, because you are going to be the future pillars of this modern India. So if you guys put your things or perspective into the right place, then the sky is the limit for you guys. That's why we are here. So here is the blue ocean shift exists, or a blue ocean strategy exists, where on the differentiation level you are on the higher side, and on the cost level you are at the lower side. So in the case of udChalo, there are defense fare, of course, that defense fraternity or their family enjoys. So those defense fare was first get evolved because of Ravi or because of his efforts, and secondly, those are cost effective, affordable to everyone and every individual. So this is the whole theory or the basis of a blue ocean. This theory was first proposed in 2004, but These two gentlemen, this scientist, one is a lady and another is a gentleman.
Rene Henchen.
I can't pronounce the words. So these two gentlemen talked about it and given a lot of case studies, but always people or the business fraternity guys ask them a question: is there any way that we can create this, or it is only an accident? So they researched again a decade ago, and in October 2017, they have come up with this concept called blue ocean shift. It's a systematic process to create a blue ocean for self and for others and unlock the path of growth to every individual who is a stakeholder of that problem. Not only customer, but who is proposing that solution to the investor and the employees and the economy for everyone. So, so let's start the process. So जैसे हमने रवि का story देखा कि it starts with the pain. So in modern business, what we can start with, we need to be in touch with our customers, our target segments. We need to understand them, and we need to understand their pulse. After understanding their pulse, their challenges, like how Zepto has done. Though there were so many delivery partners, they have still identified or understood there is a niche exists which talked about 10 minutes delivery, and they capitalize on that. So it's a 5 step process. You have to understand the pulse of your customer, and the more you closer to the customer, you can understand them better and define the problem statement. Before jumping to the solution, first define the problem statement. Next. And then identifying all this problem statement or the solutions currently available in the market, those are following under these 3 parameters. Okay, whether they are value imitation hai, value improvements hai, value innovation hai. So whatever problem currently customer is facing and whatever solutions are currently available in the market, those falls under this 3 category. And now this is a story of today. So tomorrow in the future, whatever we have to create with this problem, where we want to take this value creation to the next level, where want our service or product to be. Should it be as just as a value imitation? Should it be a Me Too product? Should it be the value improvisation? Some little improvements, and I'm sharing like, and then should it be the completely an innovation, a value innovation? So this is first you have to define what exactly to do with the product. Me Too बनना है दूसरे के जैसा and fight करना है, या कुछ वैल्यू एडिशन देना जिसमें प्रीमियम चार्ज करेंगे बस अपना दुकान चलेगा, या completely different कुछ सोच लानी है. And in this, now technology will help us how we can identify, understand all this pulse of an individual. Over to you, Vaibhav.
Thank you, Saurabh. So if you can help me out.
Yeah.
So good. So so far you have heard about business problems, how do we identify the customer needs and everything, right? We'll be going through the stages of each of these things. But what we are trying to do, we are trying to say that which all technology option that we have, and in my past experience that we have used to help us understand the pain point of our customers. So we will be kind of taking a look at some of the tools in the automation testing space, some of the tools in the application performance monitoring space, and thirdly, the low code development. So next one, please. So way back in 2013, I was working for an organization called as IHS Market. It was basically company operating in finance domain. They had a product called as corporate action. So koi company ka acquisitions, mergers, all these events when they used to happen, end customers ko kaise pata chalega what they will get. So the company created a product called corporate action, which will help the investor know once these two companies are merging together, or let's say there is for diversion is happening in the company, how I as an investor will get my money back. I'll have different option and how do I make it out, right? So we had a big rollout plan. Uh, Sir, we had the big rollout plan. uh, we started rolling out our application and soon we realized, okay, this is not scaling. 100, 200 people comes in, my website was going down. We were sitting at the night figuring out what is going wrong, how to solve this problem. While we were trying to solve that problem, two things that we were running short of. First one was time, second was money. There was no money for us to kind of hire expert people who can help solve that problem or help simulate the scenarios that we are running in production, where hundreds or let's say 100K people coming together to my platform and resolving that. This was almost 10 years back from now. Till that time, the open source solution or technology solution were not that prevalent. So what my team did, is during that time is we together come up with, sorry, so we together come up with a solution. Have you guys heard about Selenium product? Yes. Okay. So Selenium has a product called as Selenium Grid, which helps you do master slave architecture. तो आप एक पीसी पे आपका मास्टर रन करिए जो इंस्ट्रक्शन पास करेगा, एंड देन बाकी सारे स्लेव्स हैं जो आपके लिए आपकी कमांड्स पे वेबसाइट्स ओपन करेंगे, टेस्ट करेंगे एंड ऑल. So what we started doing is, after every developer left the office or after every employee left the office, we started using developers PC and every employee's PCs to run our test. In weeks of time, we were able to figure out and simulate the load of thousands of people every hour, and that way we could find out the potential bottleneck in our system. So that's why I'm putting less is more, because you don't have to have so much money in your pocket. You don't have to have lots of people. You just need to look around for technology, alternate technology options, which can help solve your problem. The next slide. Uh, so there are various automation testing solution. When I say automation, mainly referring to API testing, performance testing, as well as user experience testing, right? All that can be covered through variety of paid and free softwares. We, as in udChalo, we leverage many of them, such as FPM, Selenium, Postman, SoapUI, to help resolve our customers' problem faster. Next one. So next come software performance. So the old school way, I think you guys must be doing it very often, if I'm not mistaken, is if there is any problem comes in, कोई भी problem आती है, अच्छा ये method fast नहीं चल रहा है या ये area slow चल रहा है, let me put a logger start of this line, let me put a logger at the end of the line, figure out, अच्छा 2 seconds it took, 3 seconds it took, this much area took this much time, right? And that's how we compute finally how my software is working, right? So this used to be solution we used to do way back 10 years back, when there wasn't much good solution available to us to figure out overall performance of my application. So my developers, that time I was also a developer, we used to kind of get ourselves down, code. We used to put hundreds of line, finally log डाला, वो निकाला, फिर run किया, finally फिर log को console कर रहे हैं. तो लॉग डालने में लगते थे 5 मिनट, पर कंसोल करने में 2 दिन, मतलब कंसाइल रिकंसाइल करने में 2 दिन लगते थे हमें. फिर हमें फाइनली पता चलता अच्छा यहाँ प्रॉब्लम आई है, देन वी विल गो अहेड सॉल्विंग इट. But the new way, so the new age solutions are application performance monitoring. So there are variety of software solutions available how you can measure the performance of your application. That includes आपका CPU or process जो आप use कर रहे हैं. Nowadays the cloud solutions are there, and all the cloud solutions comes with such inbuilt monitoring. आप अगर AWS use करते होगे या GCP use करते होगे, आपको in-house already मिलता है कि अच्छा how do I see CPU utilization metrics, how do I see memory utilization metrics. You also get to see application level insights, such as how my individual method, how my individual block of code, how my APIs are performing. So you don't have to write specific loggers. These days are gone, versus the new age is there. Quickly, next slide. Is it playing? So we have a quick video from App Dynamics. We'll try to play and show you. This is one of the tools we leverage. Is it working? Just a second.
Making this sense to you guys? If not, please ask questions. As I said earlier, you're going to be the future growth drivers for India. So as much as questions you guys ask, that will be helpful for everyone.
I think it got connected.
This is a beautiful thing about the technology. Always do remember, there is Mr. Murphy. You plan everything, and at the last moment, he will come and he will do something for which you don't have any answer. You can't do. You simply have to relax and enjoy the situation. That's it.
Okay. Sorry, guys. And then
How many of you amongst this entire crowd has faced such situation? Can someone tell me? कि हमने सब कर दिया प्रेजेंटेशन के टाइम पे प्रोफेसर रेडी है सेट है सब कुछ तो क्या किया था उस टाइम पे दिमाग में क्या चल रहा था पहले व्हाट वाज हैपनिंग इन योर ब्रेन chaos
okay.
good anyone else भाई एक नहीं ये सिचुएशन फेस की लाइफ में माने बाकी किसी ने
It may
प्रेजेंटेशन
not be that pleasant, but we'll try to play it from here and see if it works.
yeah good nice
App Dynamics agents are deployed throughout our customers' environments, whether they're apps from AWS, Microsoft Azure, Google Cloud Platform, or, as we increasingly see, across multiple cloud platforms. Once deployed, the agents immediately begin watching every line of code and inject a unique tag into all method calls, which allows us to trace the request from start to finish in modern distributed applications. This enables App Dynamics to automatically discover individual business transactions, like a user logging in, and to automatically construct a complete view of the application topology. Every agent monitoring the transaction sends detailed performance and business metrics back to a central App Dynamics controller, which creates a dynamic baseline for each metric. When performance deviates from that baseline, our unique approach to transaction snapshots gives us code-level details for every anomaly, even under extreme load. Developers are now able to quickly diagnose and determine root cause by viewing stack traces, database calls, and correlated log statements. Operations professionals can focus on end-to-end business transactions instead of monitoring individual services. And business owners can now monitor real-time business performance metrics, such as revenue and conversion rates, ultimately driving better business outcomes.
Cool. So this is one of the product from Cisco, App Dynamics, which most of the enterprise leverage these days. Sorry, let me just cast this again. Oh, sorry. Okay, yes. Let's go back. Yeah. So, so the software solution that we saw, it was a product from Cisco, App Dynamics. Most of the industry use that product to basically find out if there is any potential bottleneck, कोई problem है उनके software solution में, or improve the performances. Next slide. So with that, I'll pass it on to Saurabh to talk about how do we imagine where you could be.
so what you guys dream about how dreams arise नीड से आते ओके और कहाँ से आते हैं नीड से आते हैं और कहाँ से आते हैं ड्रीम्स क्या जोर से nothing is right and nothing is wrong in this forum as such right and wrong does not exist it is our perception bias nothing else sleep oh nice that's a good answer क्या हो गया भाई अगर मर्फी भाई मर्फी को कंट्रोल करते हाँ सो एक स्लीप दूसरा नीड तीसरा क्या है एक्सपीरियंस गुड ओके for sleep to happen for experience to come what is it required initiative work ठीक है for work and initiative what is it required go back to basics patience okay knowledge okay good curiosity okay motivation okay what else what
Incentive.
incentives okay fine fantastic so repeat first patience another curiosity, third motivation, fourth is knowledge. So I will just add one word to it: knowledge, skill set, competency. In business term, we call it as a competency, whether this chap is competent or not, what to do with and what value it brings to the table. That's all defines, or that's what all talk. So, provided you should have the competency, for competency to come, you should have a knowledge. So, knowledge and competency gives you the experience. For experience to come, you should have a patience. If all three things put together, then you will get the incentives, provided incentives are there. But if all these things are not together, incentives won't come. And if all these things happen, then you can have a good sleep. And if you have a good sleep, then you will have a dream. Otherwise, this is a vicious circle, guys. So it starts with knowledge and competency. Okay? For knowledge and competency to happen, what is it required? Come on, guys, यार कैसे रोतलू लोग हो तुम? चतुर मत बनो यार. सोचो, think. For competency and knowledge, what is it required? Passion, okay. What else? Okay. Prior to that, passion, belief, उससे पहले क्या आता है? क्या? Inspiration, उससे पहले क्या? Why? Okay, why से पहले क्या? It requires a belief. Belief comes from your understanding about your surroundings. Your understanding forms your belief. Your belief forms your imagination. नवंबर से पहले अगर अगस्त में किसी ने आपको पूछा होता कि चैट जीपीटी करके कुछ है, तो आपने भरोसा किया होता ऐसे कुछ रहेगा कि मैं मेरा एग्जाम पेपर डाल दूंगा, वो कोई मेरे को आंसर लिख के देगा? किसी ने सोचा था? Why we couldn't think? Because our imagination is restricted by our understanding. Because of our understanding, our belief is that this is not possible or that is possible. These are very simple and subtle things, but see how much impact it carries on our lives. Not in our lives, but the life around you. You as an individual today, I will tell you, have an ability to influence this entire world. The potential is in you, provided you need to believe upon it. For that, you need to have an understanding what's happening around it. And with the technology, what Vaibhav just told us, the rate of technology which it is evolving, nothing is impossible. Whatever we are feeling today is impossible. Maybe in 1 year down the line, it's possible. So always question yourself. Someone talked about the why. This why is very important. Simon Sinek keeps on advocating about this why. So before defining the problem, going back to our earlier conversation, you need to answer this why, then define the problem. And if you could able to define a problem, and if you have the right understanding about your environment, surrounding and everything, and if you have a right set of belief, then the right set of solution can come. So your imagination drives by your belief, and with this imagination, what happens? The whole lot of new possibilities comes up. चैट जीपीटी आने के बाद कितनी पॉसिबिलिटीज नहीं बनी है. सब लोग बोल रहे हैं कि यार जॉब्स जा रहे हो, ये हो रहा है, वो हो रहा है, बट द अदर पार्ट ऑफ द स्टोरी यू आर नॉट थिंकिंग इज you are getting another opportunity to learn new thing. Otherwise, who would have thought of thinking news? So you have to learn to gel with the technology, to use the technology. You need to understand how it's gonna impact. For that, you need to increase your resources, you need to increase your informational network from where you can keep on getting more and more data, which helps you to identify a problem, which will help you to identify the customer challenges. जिस चीज को हम प्रॉब्लम समझ रहे हैं, शायद वो प्रॉब्लम हो ही ना. It just the people don't know about it. That's why it's a problem. People are not aware about the solution. So your part becomes so easy. So knowing, understanding, belief, this forms a very core concept in coming time. And technology is going to drive it. These all things will get unlocked if you have a right set of understanding about the environment, about the TG, about the business, about the industry in which you are operating. Next. Yeah. So now Vaibhav will help us understand how technology will help us to reimagine the future, reimagine the stories. Over to you, Vaibhav.
It's Tuesday, 9:35 a.m. This is Jane. She keeps your web enterprise scaling super smooth as your company grows fast. This is Jack, the marketing whiz who's got a big idea for a web app and needs a proof of concept for a pitch on Friday. Friday? And if that wasn't fast enough, this is Jack's eighth big idea this week. Now, Jane is good, but nobody is that good. She's totally maxed out. And that's when SAP's low code, no code solutions are there to save the day. No code? No problem. Now, all of your teams can draft, build, and collaborate on solutions that are more drop and drag than bits and bytes. This is click, not code. And Jack's no stranger to the mouse. Not to brag, but he even built his college band's website. So Jack and Jane divide and conquer. Jack jumps up the learning curve, and in no time at all, he's expressing his bold concepts into real-life wireframe apps that Jane can polish up with just a few clicks of her own. That's more time for Jane to focus on the projects where her talents matter most. And soon, your teams are going from concept to solution faster and with less busy work. And maybe no one is going to confuse Jack for a coder or Jane for a marketer. Or will they? But as low code, no code catches on, everyone on the team can have a greater appreciation for that little bit of magic the other side brings. Maybe even enough to see Jack's band play this Friday night. Or at least make their deadline for the relaxing matcha break to spare. SAP's low code, no code development, accelerating solutions, all with a click, drag, and a drop.
So I played this quick video, so make it fast first to kind of give you a glimpse of what is no code and how many of you heard of no code, low code, and pro code? How many of you are pro coder and thinks they are pro coders? Do you guys hate low code, no code solutions? How about you? Like it or not like it? Kind of in the middle. So why I picked up this example is, can we go to the next slide? Yeah. So every now and then Saurabh and team get some idea and they want to do something. They keep on bothering me. So we don't like to be entertained every now and then because we have limited resources with what we can do. So his team has lots of ideas, lots of things they want to execute. And at times, if we want to execute lots of things faster, and we want to prototype faster, if we want to build faster, it is not really a good way to go ahead and start doing the pro coding and kind of get our egos satisfied with, I'm gonna get down and code this heck out, right? So the two parts, which is low code and no code. So low code solutions are mostly the solution which gives user a graphical interface where people can code, do all the workflows, all the screen creation and all, but also gives the option to pro coder where they can put in the customized codes, such as APN is one of the coolest example which is used in the industry, where you would have drag and drop sort of option, as well as you can inject your, let's say, Java code or JavaScript code and sort of custom connectors. Whereas no code solutions are mainly for people who are not at all techie. They just want to build out some prototype faster, and they get better user experience to build out whatever they want to build faster. We have one more quick videos. We use it. So if you just allow me a minute. So couple of times in the last year and year before, when my team was given a task to build some prototype, business wanted to evaluate and see how things would turn up and how they would look. We went back and tried out some of the open source systems. One of them is Glide app, to build out an app within 24 hours or within 6 hours. At times we did it in 4 hours only. And my business team were able to visualize how their idea is looking without really investing a longer hours of development. So at times, if you have an idea, if you think about something, you don't have to go and really code it out versus you can try and experimenting with such solution. Here's a Glide app in 90 seconds. They'll talk about how you can create an app from an Excel.
Spreadsheets are one of our greatest tools. They power our businesses, plan our lives, and help us carry out a million other tasks. Glide makes spreadsheets even more powerful, more shareable, more fun by turning them into beautiful custom apps for work, personal projects, and for everything in between. Here's how it works. In Glide, I click a new app, pick a spreadsheet, and Glide automatically creates a basic app as a start. Now I can customize it. I can adjust the layout, design. I can add components that connect to data in the machine. I can add actions so users can change and update the data. And I can customize the app with users and groups. I can then share the app using a custom link. And when it changes to the app, it updates correctly. The app works on phones, tablets, web, and doesn't require an app. The coolest thing is my app and the spreadsheet stay in sync, so changes to the spreadsheet will flow directly to my app. And as different users change or upload their data, it immediately writes back to the machine. Everything stays in sync. You can make an app with your own data or start with a pre-built template. And when you're ready, you can invite the team and work on apps together. We can't wait to see what you build.
So this is what the Glide app is. It helped us save lots of time, many times when we wanted to do prototyping and build something faster. So I'll recommend you guys looking at such low code, no code solutions. When you have an idea, you want to quickly try it out instead of like going nuts and trying to build that by yourself. First, use these solutions which can help you deliver faster. Okay, passing back to Saurabh.
So find how you get there. So अब सब तो सोच लिया हमने कि बिलीव क्या है, प्रॉब्लम का सॉल्यूशन क्या हो सकता है, सब कुछ हो गया. हाउ टू रीच देयर? बीइंग अ बिजनेस, अब स्टार्टअप होगा, कोई इनोवेशन होगा तो डिफरेंट स्टोरी है. बट बीइंग एन एस्टैब्लिश्ड बिजनेस, following certain path which is not a routine, going out of routine is a challenge. Difficult हो रहा है. So going out of routine for any business in the world, it's a challenge. So typically they follow this structure. The first new value curve they create. What's going to happen? All this, by the way, you can get it on internet easily. So I will tell you what exactly happens at the boardroom. So in the boardroom, everybody come together and just discuss what value we are going to bring onto the table for the customer. Then what this gentleman said rightly is what is the segment size? कितने user की ये ज़रूरत है? How we are going to target them and how we are going to position them. Then it comes boiled down to the number. And basis of number, which option is more attractive, which option is not attractive. Can we go to the next slide? So basis of that, there are 6 alternatives that any business choose. So first alternative is they may think of targeting a different industry altogether. जैसे in case of udChalo, what now we are trying is we have formed a family of such targeted users, and now we are shifting from one industry to another industry. We also think that these Fauji's are struggle to get the cost effective finance just within a second. Whenever they should need a money, they are working for such a noble cause, and we are asking them the question. It's illogical, sounds stupid. So we are now solving that problem. So within 10 seconds, any Fauji wants a loan, udChalo is going to be there for them. It's a test that we are doing in Merit area. So 5 locations we have started as of now, but we genuinely want to help them solve their any kind of financial crunch issues with this. Apart from that, a strategic group. So in this entire customer segment, we have another identified the customer segment like the kids of this 4Gs. how we can help them, how we can empower them to avail higher and higher education. For that, we run the scholarship. We stand behind them. If any one of good chap of you, why we all are discussing all these things with you? If you are come up with any kind of good ideas, we are with you guys. We will support. We will fund you. We will stand behind you. So there was one of an AITN, Mr. Sahil. You all must be knowing. I don't know. So he has an idea. So Ravi supported him. His product is getting launched on 22nd of the April. In AIT only, I suppose the launch event is going to happen. He wanted to have in his mind to create a bike, electric bike. So that is getting launched. So why we all are discussing all these things is we want so much innovation from come you all guys, and we are here to support you. We are here to help you out to make your idea take to the market, and we will ensure that this idea will get a success. We as a team of professional, we as a team of individuals, we will stand behind your dream, and we will make sure it will succeed. Then next, it's not. It's a
Okay, so next is promising emerging technology. I think,
just a
yeah,
context.
please.
So now we will see the today's promising technologies what we have, and followed by that we will have a quick learning. So all these things will take another 10 to 12 minutes. Sorry if at all we have bored anyone. Yeah, over to you.
Yeah, thank you, sir. So I'll just quickly put it across, right? Most of you are already know about the emerging technologies that are there and also experienced it, would have built something already for some of your use cases or for somebody else. The four key emerging technologies that we have put up and we have started leveraging are virtual reality, augmented reality, artificial intelligence, IoT, and blockchain. So we'll not dive deeper into any of them in a sense to discuss further. We'll just have quick introduction and a quick area that we as team could leverage. Okay, so I think everybody must be knowing about artificial intelligence, right? A machine performing human-like decisions, able to recognize speeches, able to process images, able to make the decisions better, right? And where the AI is helping, there are lots of areas, right? Healthcare is one, financial fraud detection is another. In the manufacturing area, to optimize your manufacturing as well as giving a personalized customer experience. So next slide. So how does the OTAs, let's say, since we are from that area, right? Our udChalo, our one of the main areas is OTA, right? So in OTAs, how do we solve our customer problem? So we have two main areas that we leverage our AI. Is one for is personalized recommendation. When we found out some customer is coming to our website, or you may have used any other OTA based on what time you like to travel, what kind of airline you prefer, where do you stay most, what time of the day you want to check in, or what time is the usually time you check out. Using all those information, we give a personalized recommendation for your travel. Let's say another was chatbot as an example, right? So we as our organization, we were the first one to implement WhatsApp chatbot during the COVID time to help resolve our customer queries faster, because there was a situation where uh, everyone had to go work remote, right? And our operations and other areas were not set up to be working remote that well, right? So we, while we were making those arrangements, we picked up these opportunities to go really fast and have WhatsApp chatbot available for our customers so that they can book tickets with us, they can inquire with us. And for that, we haven't had to kind of build it from the scratch by ourselves. There are various players in the market. Yellow AI is one of the players from India who has done phenomenal in this space. They were the best startup. They have also won the best startup award last year. They helped us out in delivering the best for our customers. Next is the IoT, right? So we all know, right? IoT is something when there is a physical device, you bring in intelligence to the physical device, and then that helps solve lots of problems. So the key area of problem that actually IoT solves for us is basically your home automation, uh, making the energy consumption better. Let's say in the healthcare devices, the connected devices has become better where if it is monitoring a patient, if there is something that is going wrong with the patient, he can then send the notification out to the particular doctor, nurses, so that they can take the prompt actions, right? Sort of next. So quickly moving to the next slide. So there are certain areas we as an organization already picked up, and also IoT, sorry, OTA industry is also looking at it. So consider Alexa and Siri. Tell him, hey Alexa, I want to travel to Pune or from Pune to Delhi. Help book a ticket for me. You just give that instruction, and all of the other steps are kind of very conveniently done for you. And finally, you are given just a, let's say, a UPI link to pay, or a barcode comes to your mobile phone, and you just have to make the payment. So it becomes convenient for a customer to make his journey. Next is a great opportunity lies with the chat GPT coming in. You would have already seen lots of messages floating around where a smart travel assistant can be given. So this is one area that organization is also working towards making the life simpler for everyone. I think with that, I'll pass it on to Saurabh.
So someone in the group said why. So why we are here? Before. So our why for being here is depends on three words. First word. So first word is a value creation. Second, VUCA. I know you guys are literate enough, you can read this. So I'm not going into the technical reading of all these things. Second is VUCA, and third is 4D. So now let me elaborate one minute on each. What is value creation? Being a part of this sale, which I have given an understanding that you guys aspirant to become an entrepreneur. Okay. So any entrepreneur, it has to be with the mindset of a value creator. What is value? Value is something, in the beginning someone said it's a tension, it's an inconvenience, it's a need that someone coming into a picture and helping me out solve that. So making a value creator, and how you can become a value creator is the process of blue ocean shift, a 5-step framework that will help you to become a value creator. There are two aspects to the value. One is you can create value for someone, and another, you can become an enabler for someone. With your knowledge, you can be an enabler, or either you can be a creator. But this entrepreneurial spirit shouldn't die within you. And for that thing not to happen, this blue ocean shift is a ready-made framework which will help you to understand, evaluate, leverage, capitalize in the opportunities which are coming from this open market, and that market is like an ocean. Your entrepreneurial spirit will help you to whether to enter into a red market or whether enter into the blue market. That's your spirit, or that's this framework will help you to do. But why we want to tell you all these things? There has to be why for this as well. Why to create value? So this entire world, there is a world called VUCA. This world is known as a VUCA world. What does this VUCA mean? Anyone prior to this have heard about this word? VUCA, VUCA. It's an abbreviation. Please do read about it. It's a common terminology from the industry from which I belong, finance. So VUCA world is a world which is highly volatile. V stands for volatile. Second, U. U stands for uncertainties. Third, C stands for complexity. And fourth, A stands for ambiguity. Because of all these situations, you don't know how to deal with the situation, scenario. You don't know how to deal with the people. You don't know how to deal with the places. you don't know how to deal with the subject. The problem arises from these three things: place, person, and subject. So make this more simplified. This blue ocean shift is a ready-made framework which will help you to handle the situation, to handle this VUCA world. So volatility is nothing but the way the life is changing. The rate of change has tremendous. And in this changing times, India has an enormous opportunity. India is driven by 4 Ds. So first D is demography. Second D, democracy. Third D, digitization. And fourth D is, I'm sorry यार, I'm not remembering. Just give me a second. First democracy हो गया, digitization हो गया, demography हो गया, and we are fourth is a developing. We have an enormous opportunities of development. Only an even an idiot can also fulfill his dream. Any idiot. It's we as a generation today has an opportunity to ride on this wave of development, ride on this wave of digitization, technological transformation. For what? To create a value. For what? To create a value? To fulfill our dreams. And how? Is without limiting our beliefs. And how we cannot limit our belief? By increasing our understanding. How to increase our understanding? Meet more people, read more books, take more and more input, increase your attention span. This is how the things will happen. So, with this note, I, on behalf of Vaibhav and from me and from udChalo, I sincerely thank you guys for giving us this opportunity. And there is one announcement that Vaibhav wants to do. So, over to you, Vaibhav.
Yeah, I think it's a common announcement or a common. I think we were supposed to get a banner, but we somehow missed it here. Is we do have certain positions for interns where we would like smart people like you join us, help us build or solve certain problem for our soldiers. So please seek that opportunity. I think we'll share that information with your coordinators. There are opportunities to help us out in the technology space. Saurabh's team is also doing a lot in the marketing area, so you get to see lots of things that we do in the marketing, in the research, understanding our customers, as well as on the business side. So looking forward if anybody of you is interested to join us. Thank you very much.
So thank you once again, guys. Thank you for being patient. Thank you for not throwing anything on us by getting bored. So thanks a lot. Because all these things I have done in my college days. So I was pretty much expecting, but you guys are decent enough. Thank you for that.
Any other questions that you have for us, we'd love to answer if there is any. I know we are kind of running over time a lot, but if there is anything quick,
I'm sorry, yaar, this is my habit. I keep on talking. I'm sorry for that.
I hope we are good. Right. Yep.